Grab yourself a beverage and let's get booking with the besties.
Cheers.
Just raw dog it straight into the video.
Right into it.
We're just, why even bother? You saw the title, you know what you're here for.
It's true. And I'm sad now.
Why?
Because October's over. That's what this video means.
Yeah, it's November now.
That's kind of mean.
What good happens in November?
Black Friday. Sales.
Oh, you know what happens in November?
Oh yeah.
We're going to North Carolina.
Yeah.
Woo! We have so many releases in November that to look forward to. We have a whole trip around Sun Eater. It's gonna be a good month.
Yeah.
So as sad as we are,
spooky can be all year.
Spooky is all year, okay? Especially in this house. So yeah, as sad as we are to see October go, November will be fine.
It'll be okay.
It'll be decent enough.
Yeah. All right. So if you're new to our videos, if you're new to our wrap-ups, I guess specifically,
welcome.
We split these up, and we have decided
we have 5 categories now. We have didn't like, liked, really liked, loved, and our favorite. So because we kept running into a problem of like having this many liked books, and some of them were like okay, and some of them we really liked, and so we're like, let's just give really liked its own category, because there are some that are gonna be more than liked but aren't quite loved. Yeah. And so here we have 5 categories now. So we each have a book we did not like this month.
Yes, we do.
Different books. The book I did not like this month was Ashes of Man. This is 5 in Sun Eater. Yes. Sun Eater book 5. This one was okay. I'm mad at it. I'm not. It wasn't great. I didn't like it. And you're gonna hear a whole different take later in this video. It's fine. But I didn't like it because the focus of this book was just things I didn't care about, and the things that I love about this series were just not. We didn't pursue those things in this book. I want more of.
You want more of what you want?
I want more of what I want. A girl wants what she wants. What a girl wants.
What a girl wants was not that book, apparently.
Okay, that's correct. So there were some pieces of this book. There was one piece in particular that sticks out to me that I'm like, that is what I want. I want more of that. But the rest of this book, and you will see, it's a long book. Okay, these are long books.
I mean, when your heart is looking for something and it's not there, and you were really excited about something, it makes sense.
Yes, yeah. So this one was, I didn't like it. It's fine. Yeah. We're here now. It's over, and we're gonna move on.
So my book I didn't like, and Cat has been let out of the bag. It has been released out of its home of the bag because we were doing wrap up. So
we started talking, and this was and so now I know a little bit about how she feels about this book.
I did not like Alchemized. There it is.
Shocking.
Now you know.
And we'll find out more after I read it.
Dun, dun.
Because I'm trying to go in as blind as possible. Yep. I know some things at this point. Yeah. I know some foundation, some overall, some vague stuff. But still, we're trying to go in as blind as possible.
Yep.
So.
And there's a book that you didn't like that I loved. So maybe this book that I didn't like, maybe you'll love it. I don't think so.
Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
But maybe.
I have my predictions, but we'll find out next time on Dancing with the Stars. So,
what about books that you did like?
Books I did like. I have 3 here, and these are all thrillers. One of them was spooky. Anyway, I can just talk to you about the books now. This one, Julie Chan is Dead. This one was fun. This was a fun time. Girl, her sister dies, and the twin sister who
that laugh.
She's dead now. It'd be like that sometimes. But the girl who is telling the story, the girl the story's about, words are hard. She is essentially
alive.
Essentially, she's definitely alive. She's Julie Chan's sister. No, Julie Chan. She's Julie Chan. It's been so long since I read this book. Homegirl's sister dies. Homegirl steps into dead sister's life.
Yes.
And shenanigans ensue. But dead sister was an influencer, and so, like, a very big influencer, and so now living sister is finding out what that life is like and enjoying it, but also finding out the dark side and everything in the background, behind the scenes. The BTS. The BTS. We're just starting this video and I'm like running out of steam. It's gonna be a great time. No, this was fun. This was cool. I liked it. I did really like the commentary on a lot of the behind the scenes of being an influencer. Like, what does that look like? What does that do to a person? And especially a lot of kind of looking behind the masks.
Behind the scenes, if you will.
Apparently I only have one thing to say about this book. But it did some cool things and it did go some interesting directions. I'll let you finish that when you get to that. My brain is not functioning right now. This is not good. All right, my next book I liked was Party of Liars. Now this one was fun because it was set in Central Texas, so anything set in Texas probably is gonna get some bonus points from me. But this one, we're following 4 different characters through the story. A stepmom, a biological mom, a best friend, and a nanny. They're all connected to the birthday girl. We don't get to follow the birthday girl. She's just, you know, background noise. She's there. The stepmom has just had a baby and is experiencing postpartum experiences in what may or may not be a haunted house. So the stepmom and her husband, who is the biological dad of the birthday girl, this isn't confusing or anything, it's a soap opera. We have the dad and the stepmom and now the newborn baby living in this house, and it is said to be haunted by the mother. There's more to that. Then there's not a whole lot to that.
There's more to that. There's not a whole lot to that.
There's more to that. Never mind. I have nothing to say. But it's said to be haunted. So the stepmom is not sure if she's experiencing, well, everyone thinks she's experiencing postpartum, like, anxiety, depression, but she thinks she's being haunted. So there's that mystery of, like, what is actually going on here. There's the nanny who, where did she come from exactly? What? She's Irish, so she's fun. And she is just focused on taking care of the baby. She's a little mysterious, okay? We're a little unsure of where she stands in this story and what her vibe is. Yeah, what's she doing here? And then we have the biological mom of the 16-year-old, and she was married to the dad. Clearly not anymore. They're divorced now. She has her own set of issues that led to the divorce and now that she's dealing with, and that gets to come to a head, of course, around everyone else right here before our eyes. And then we have the best friend of the 16-year-old who, sweet girl, she's a high school girl, she's going through it. So there are a lot of good points of view in here. There are a lot of good character stories and journeys, and all the ways that they connect and cross and converge are just, it's a good story. Lots of good commentary and discussions. I feel like I haven't told y'all anything useful on this book.
Good story, good point of view. Haunted house.
Yeah. Good book. The last book I liked. And we both read this one. Did you like this one? Yeah. Okay. So we both liked We Live Here Now. So this was a fun haunted house story. A married couple move into this house and stuff starts happening pretty much right away. But it's really only happening to the wife, and the husband is fairly certain she's just crazy and also maybe working against him. So then we end up with a very tense marriage situation. That's really all you need to know.
Wasn't this one, like, pretty atmospheric as well?
This was definitely very atmospheric. Yeah. Yes. But yeah, I like this one. And you liked it too?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
No.
Cool.
All right, so my liked books.
I forgot that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So What Hunger? We have a girl whose brother died, and he was like the child. He was like the golden child.
Oh, good for him.
And she just, kind of just starts becoming a cannibal and having taste for flesh.
You know how it goes. It's Tuesday.
A boy pushes things a little too far at a party, and she just kind of wants to bite his ear off. You know how it goes? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then she regrets not biting his ear off.
Oh.
And then she starts looking at the meat counters, and she's like, you know what? I'm thinking about it. That raw meat looks delicious.
Sounds like a good time.
And so we've got intergenerational trauma. We've got first generation Americans. We've got cannibalism, we've got female rage, we've got a lot of really good themes and good discussions. I really like the family dynamics, how any book that discusses difficult family dynamics I think can be a really interesting,
That's fair.
fun time. And then next in the liked category we have Mayfly, which is Elsa meets American Psycho. And for me, I definitely settle on liking it. I like it well enough. I just couldn't personally separate American Psycho from it as much as I tried. I just couldn't help but look at American Psycho and what American Psycho did better or did first, things like that. So it was really hard for me to separate this. So I would recommend it to people who maybe like haven't read American Psycho or watched that movie either. But yeah, female slasher, and she just likes murder, you know?
No.
And then we have more thoughts on, well, I have more thoughts on this one.
Just you.
In our spinner wheel. So we'll make sure that that is linked below so you can see all of the thoughts on this one. And then I ended up settling on liked for the horror, a short introduction. I would say if it was like the first chapter / prologue, whatever, then it would be like really liked, because that stuff was...
That was a really good one.
Really good chapter.
And the rest of it was fine.
It was fine. Yeah, I liked it well enough. If you're interested in the history of horror and potentially getting some more recommendations on horror, this would be a really good one, because it has like a lot of references to different aspects and different books or art or movies. It has lots of references there. So this could be a really good one if you're looking for something like that.
We also attempted to start a series on that one and didn't finish it. But if you're interested in our discussion on that introduction, which did have a lot of good, interesting stuff in it, we'll link that below as well.
And then next in the liked category,
yes,
Lion, Son of the Forest. This was a really good one.
This is Warhammer 40k.
Warhammer 40k. Okay, cool. Yes, we have the Primarch, the big daddy lion of the Dark Angels, who after 10,000 years is reconnecting with the people. He doesn't have his memories. He wakes up not really exactly knowing where he is or even who he is. And so he's connecting with the people of today. And then I also liked Citizen, an American lyric. I respect this a lot. I don't love this type of poetry, I guess, where it's a little bit more fluid. It's more of the free form style. I don't love that. But I did really like the messaging and stuff. So it kind of balances out and it ends up being a book that I liked. Yeah. And I am glad to have read.
And that one's on the New York Times Top 100
it is.
Of the 21st century.
It is.
It's a mouthful. Say that 10 times fast.
Yeah. I think it's a very valuable and very important work for sure. And then I also liked Techniques of the Selling Writer.
You did it!
I did! I finished this one! It took a while. It was on my current reads for actual months.
A good chunk of time.
Yeah, because I started this as I was already feeling like more burnt out on writing books. Yeah. And this one is a meatier writing book. So I think if you're really looking for a good quality writing book, I think this is really, really valuable in that sense. And if you're just like wanting to know more about what makes a story like really good and emotionally impactful, I think this could be really helpful. And it's a really good reference.
Rather than reading it all in one chunk. Yeah. Just kind of going to it as needed.
Yeah, that's what I would suggest.
Use the reference book as a reference book.
Yes. That is a struggle. And then the last book I liked was Someone Knows, which is also a thriller. We had a number of thrillers this month.
We did. Spooky season.
So this book has a writing professor, and one of her students turns in a paper that is a little too familiar. It sounds like a story she knew in the past. And so she needs to find out who this is and what all they know, because this can get her into a lot of trouble.
Was it submitted anonymously?
Yes, it was submitted anonymously. So she also has like online students, and this one was submitted anonymously.
And it's not attached to the student's name?
It traced back to where she grew up.
Ooh.
So yeah, they found the IP address, but I think the name was like, it was like a fake name that they used on there.
Okay.
So yeah, but it traced back to like where she grew up and where this event happened. And so she's like, someone knows. But then
someone knows.
Yes. So she's like, someone knows what happened. And she has a list of potential suspects. I think what kept me from really liking this one or loving it is just the ending was predictable. It was like, if you chose like the predictable ending, it was that.
Oh.
And so that's
kind of a bummer.
Yeah. All right, Sharilyn, what did you really like?
All right. I almost said season. This month.
This season of our lives.
Oof.
This season of Books, Beverages, and Besties.
Anyway. The first one I really liked this month was Revival by Stephen King. This one, oh yeah, this was good. I do really like his storytelling style in the, 2 of his books I've read. Oh, I only read 2 of his.
Yeah.
Where he does this thing where he makes everything feel very natural in the beginning. Like there's nothing really all that out of the ordinary. Like maybe there's a little thing, but like for the most part, this is a normal feeling story. And then he slowly builds up the weird and the out of the ordinary. And then at the end, he just packs a punch. So he sets a really good baseline so that you don't feel like you're really reading a horror novel. You're like, this one in particular just felt like we were following this dude's life. And so it just read really well. Like it starts when he's a kid and goes up into adulthood. And so this character journey is fantastic. And I'm not really much of a character person. So that means he did really well. If I'm actually like, oh yeah, this character, like great job. I see it. I liked it. That was really good. A lot of that just like journey and a lot of what the character went through. It's such a good story. And then you have that weird and the horrific layered in steadily. It's crazy. There were a lot of things in this one that I could predict and like had a feeling were coming, but still the way he did them and the reveals and the way everything went, like I wasn't mad that I knew that it was coming, that I could figure it out. I was just like, felt good to see it happen. This was still kind of in the early stages of my horror journey. And so definitely it's the second King book I've read. But I think it was a good one. If you haven't read a lot of King or if you haven't read a lot of horror, I think this is a good one to get started with, because like I said, it doesn't feel super horrific. It does have some weird, but not so much so that it takes you out of the story if that's not what you're looking for. So if you kind of want to dip in and see a little bit of what it's about, this is a good one to get started with. Next up was The Book of Accidents by Chuck Wendig. And this one was just from the get-go. There was so much like
opposite.
The juxtaposition of like this one just being like normal and kind of building up, and this one is like, here's all the weird entirely the whole book. I love what Chuck Wendig does in his books, in that he's like, here's the weird, and no one is like trying to gaslight anyone out of it. Like everyone's like, oh no, that weird is happening. That is a weird thing. I'm experiencing the weird too. What are we gonna do about this? And so this one followed a few points of view, a few different characters. And so kind of building out the story from all these different perspectives. He does that really well. And yeah, there's just so much of this story, of this crazy that's happening to everyone, that he builds out so well. I really like his books. This one did really well. This one also had really good family dynamic. This one had some really sweet like father-son, mother-son, mom and dad, husband-wife. Words are hard.
Everyone was connecting.
Everyone was doing so well. And yeah, just there were a lot of good moments of communication. There are times when some authors might choose to do a miscommunication or a non-communication, but he was like, no, they're gonna talk about it. Or they're gonna do the thing. Or like there were some times when it was like, I'm not gonna talk about it, but there are reasons for it. There wasn't any unnecessary drama.
Yeah.
Everything
that's nice.
Kind of fit and made sense.
Everything was important.
For everyone's journey and where they were at. There were so many layers of things to discover and find out as you go through with each of the characters, and kind of how everything builds into this story. I think he did a great job. This was a really good book. I did really like it. I feel good with this in this category. This one, it's been so long since I read this one too, but these two came back to me. Yes. They were memorable. They were good. They're definitely really like these. So that feels good. That makes me happy. So the next one I really liked, that Tabatha also really liked, conveniently, is Slewfoot. We do have a lot of thoughts on this one in our spinner wheel video, our spooky buddy read linked below. But yeah, this one, it was good. It was very atmospheric. It had a lot of like folklore influences and feelings.
That was fun.
That was a lot of fun because we do read a lot of fantasy, but folklore is kind of its own category, and I really don't do a whole lot with that. So that was fun to interact with. But it's set in colonial Connecticut around, witch trial time. So we have a girl who, it does say on the back.
It did, yeah.
That she has been recently widowed. And sure enough, she has. And that's a big bummer. I literally, that on the back, and it still made me sad when it happened.
I forgot.
I forgot, too.
We even said it. I was rewatching our spinner review.
We said it in the beginning.
Yep.
And then we go to talk about the book, and we're like, they can't know. It's not here. Like, yes, it is, actually.
Yes, we even looked.
We looked. We didn't read. We just looked. That was a bit of chaos. But yeah, so Homegirl is recently widowed, and she is in a Puritan village. She was mail order brided in, basically, from Britain into the colonies. And so she isn't exactly a Puritan extremist like everyone else. She's just kind of, trying to do her thing and to be a good person. And that's not good enough. And also, her husband's dead now. So she's trying to make do and survive.
And not get, married off to somebody else or anything like that.
Yeah. There was a lot of feminine rage in this book. It's fantastic.
Yes.
But
it was I feel like it was, understated. Sometimes it's,
it was
overt feminine
subtle.
rage. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, like as a reader, feminine rage.
Yes.
In the book, she's, clearly, but still, reserved.
Yes.
As a colonial woman. Yeah, it was really good. I did like a lot of what happened. Also, this is a tale of bewitchery, and are there some deals with the devil? Is there some witchcraft?
Maybe.
Find out. Anything else you want to add?
No, I think that was about it.
Cool.
Check out our video.
That's true. The video has more and less.
More and less. That's true.
Because we didn't realize what we could say. All right. What else did you really like?
Oh, this isn't familiar. You guys have never seen this one
Casey,
before.
What book is this? Tell us more.
Julie Chan's dad. What? Julie Chan's twin sister dies. And social media. Also, there's really fun twists and turns. I think this is another example where, if you've read enough of this style, you can kind of see what happens at the end. But it was just such a wild ride and so fun that, I really, really liked it. Really, really liked it,
Really? Oh. Do we need a subcategory?
Oh. And then the next book that I really liked was Something Wicked This Way Comes. Now, I do really like the atmosphere, which isn't normal for me.
That's true. You don't tend to be as much of an
I'm not as
reader.
much of an atmospheric reader, no. And I do really like the prose, but it is a bit wordy for me sometimes. It's not my favorite prose style, but I do really like it. And I think those two really likes combined made it a book that I really liked.
Crazy.
We've got a circus that comes to town. And it's a suspicious circus, speaking of family dynamics.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent father-son dynamic. Superb. And there were some, as much as I don't love a more poetic writing style, because of its poeticness, it has some key moments that if I were to highlight and stuff in a book, this would be a really, really good one. I think you started doing that in yours.
I was going to.
Okay. But there were two passages that really, really stuck with me. And that doesn't always happen for me. The one about autumn people, and then what was the other one? That really, really stuck with me.
Mine was about waking in the middle of the night.
Mine was the two half good people making a good person.
That's true. That was sweet.
I loved that one. I loved it. Overall, I really liked it. And then I also really liked Howl's Moving Castle. This was all of the whimsy and magic that was that's in the adaptation movie is also in here. There's lots of whimsy, lots of magic. Some of it's a little bit different, some of it's a little bit better, some of it's a little bit worse. And it's overall a super fun time. It's very beautiful. And then two more I really liked. Too old for this. This is just fun. This is just straight up fun. We have an old lady who this girl shows up at her door and she says, "I think you were falsely accused. I want to make a documentary about it." And the old lady's like, "Hold on.
See, what happened was
what happened was
she was not falsely accused, but she was
in fact a murderer." And this is very, very early on in the book. And so she doesn't want you to make a documentary because if you do that, then
you might find out some things you weren't supposed to find out.
Yeah, because she was able to get away with some crimes. that she maybe sort of shouldn't have gone away with. And so she like plays up the oldness. So
oh yes,
she absolutely plays it up. She has a walker, but only like when the cops are around. She really, really leans into that like slow walking. I'm too old. I'm too frail for all this.
Oh,
yes.
I could never. It couldn't possibly.
No.
Just a unsuspecting little old lady.
Yeah.
I didn't read this.
But it's so much fun. I also just like really like the unhingedness that Samantha Downing writes. This is I don't know what number of book this is that I've read of hers, but she just has so much fun with just wacky individuals. So another excellent read. And the last book that I really liked was Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. We have a home for unwed mothers where teenage girls are sent to have their babies and come back like nothing ever happened. And
I don't think it works like that.
and then the librarian gives them a book on witchcraft.
Oh, so, let's go.
I wouldn't say it's a fun one. It has a lot of, it's definitely way more emotional. Like it sounds, and the cover makes it look like fun, jaunty time. And there are some fun moments, but overall I would say it was really sad. There was a lot of sadness because it's also more, I would say, like historical horror because it's got a lot of historical elements and they're sad.
Yeah.
You know? It makes you want to hold them and protect them and wish that the adults were better. Because they deserved better. Yeah. And so, yeah, I'm just gonna hold this if you want to start talking about the ones that you loved.
Yeah, speaking of books we just want to hold. I read a few Stephen Graham Jones books this month.
You did.
And all of them just make me want to just every single one of these books that I finished, I just want to like hug and hold. So the first one, Mapping the Interior. This is like 100 pages. Do you see this? And it's so good. It's so sweet. This, here we go again. In this story, a boy sees the ghost of his dad, and the whole story is around him kind of unraveling why his ghost has showed up, what he's here for, what's he doing, and at the same time kind of processing the grief of having lost his father at a young age. Like he's middle school age, I think. And so it's him, his mom, and his little brother who are still in the land of the living. And they have, after the dad died, they moved off the reservation. They're now in their own spot, and they're just trying to make it. And then his dad shows up, and there's a lot of processing and kind of having conversations with his dad. Not really, but like kind of processing just like these moments that he didn't get to have with his dad because he's gone now. Getting to kind of work through and kind of have conversations of like, you know, I wanted to talk to my dad about this thing, and so now he's kind of like getting to work through some of that. But it's so sweet, but also sad, and like bittersweet and just heart-wrenching, all in this tiny little package. Oh, it's so good. Okay, I'm okay. That was really sweet. I also read Buffalo Hunter, Stephen Graham Jones, and this one delved deeper into what I expect from a horror book. This one had a lot more paranormal to it. I mean, we had a ghost, but this one, some of the stuff that's happening in here is horrific. So this story it's an epistolary, and it's told from 3 different voices. And so first we have a girl who is working on her doctorate and her dissertation. She receives the old journal of her great granddad, who was a Lutheran pastor in Montana in 1912. And so we begin with the girl, and then we switch into basically reading his whole journal. But part of his journal is receiving a story from a Blackfeet Indian named Goodstab, and kind of him sharing what he's been through, what's happened to him, how he ended up here, and his story. That's where a lot of the horrific and paranormal comes in. That's where there's a lot of blood and violence in this book. So if that's something that affects you, be aware. There's also a lot of animal violence, animal horror in this story. But this one deals a lot with actions have consequences, and how far back does the blame go? How much do those consequences continue to affect generations even? Just like the pervasiveness of actions have consequences. It's so deep. There's a lot of good stories in here about the human experience and a lot of wrestling with just making it as human in life. Of his books that I've read, this is definitely the heaviest, the darkest, and there's a lot to grapple with in this one. It's very well done. It's very, very good, very beautiful. But if you're new to horror or new to his work, this is not one I would recommend starting with. If you are deeper into the horror genre though, this one is so good. It's so good. And yeah, just a lot of, you're in the characters' heads with each of their stories. Getting that level of in their head is, and he does characters so well. He does character voice so well. He does tone so well. I am a huge fan of his books. But yeah, this was really good. Another one that I just need to kind of hold for a little bit because damn, like, yeah, his stories, everyone's going through it. It's so true though. It's so real. It's so raw.
I love that you have been just like exploring so much of his work once.
He's just so great. I love him. He's fantastic. So the last book I loved was, in fact, Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury. And I loved this story. I loved, in particular, really loved his writing style. It's very lyrical. It's very poetic. It's very beautiful. It is very wordy, but I was not mad at that in this book. The way he did it, I really appreciated. I really respect. And it's so beautiful. It's hypnotic even. Just the way he just continues to pull you in and lull you throughout the story. It's so beautiful. The story itself is quite simple. A circus comes to town and it lures these two boys in, and very quickly things go awry. So we're seeing their struggle with temptation of the circus and what it offers.
I can see that. That is a good theme. Temptation.
And the price of the things we think we want.
Yeah.
So there's these two boys, their relationship with each other is very interesting to see. They complement each other well.
Yeah.
As showing two different sides of the same coin, kind of. And then one of the boys and his dad is such a sweet relationship dynamic, and the way that their relationship develops in the story is so beautiful because we 100% like these boys, what happens with the circus, like it's kind of having their first like oh shit moment in life. Yeah, they get to see dad, who's just, you know, dad figure in your head. It's like he is dad, he's up here, like he's great, but then he is so great. But then like he becomes more tangible, more real. Like you learn more about dad as a person, and it's so beautiful and sweet. Just this boy learning more about who his dad is and developing his relationship and seeing him as more of a person than just dad. It's like, oh wait, like he is someone who can do great things. Oh my gosh, it's so sweet. It makes me so happy.
It's so sweet.
It's so beautiful.
It's so cozy for like horror.
It is, yeah. That it's very atmospheric. It's very lovely and beautiful. It's a very simple story, but it's depicted so beautifully, and these characters are done so well. And yeah, that relationship is everything.
It's one a lot of people consider like a kid's book too, to where they could read it to their kids and things like that.
I would say, yeah. It does have some like darker themes, but it's like, it would open up a conversation.
Nothing crazy.
No, yeah. But it's like, it's something that like a parent and a kid like could have a discussion on, you know, maybe as a middle school age even, because these boys are 12. I think that would be an okay age to like share this with your kids and kind of have some discussions on just like life. But oh yeah, it's so good. It's so beautiful. It just, it makes me really thankful for my dad.
Oh,
yeah.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. I'm just like, oh yeah, I see a lot of like my dad in this dad.
Have you told him about it yet?
No, I'm just now kind of putting that together, and I'm like, I'm gonna cry. I'm just like, oh wait, dad. Like, yeah, there's just a lot of like sweet dad moments in here. Very and just sweet. Like, yeah, when you have that experience of like, oh wait, my dad is more than just, you know, this figure in my life. It's like, oh, he's like a tangible person who can like step in and like be dad. It goes from like lowercase dad to like uppercase dad. It's like, he is like, I don't know a better way of putting that right now, but yeah, it's just like really sweet. I'm just like, I'm gonna go hug my dad. Like, I'm just like really thankful for my dad. Okay, yeah, that was a really good book. I'm fine. What else did you read?
A few things this month.
Oh, good.
So first, Say Nothing. It's a true story during the Troubles in Ireland. So we get part history and then part true crime. And the true crime is this woman goes missing who is a widowed mother of 10. And so her kids really, really want to find her. And you also are seeing what happens with her kids and what that would do if 10 kids suddenly their mom went missing, and how the community responds to that as well. And it's a heavier one. I will definitely say it's definitely a heavy book, but I couldn't put it down. I literally finished it in one sitting. It was very informative. I didn't know anything about the Troubles, really. I had never even heard the word. So I learned a lot about the Troubles, and it was really interesting to like pause and Google certain people because they're real people. Yeah. So seeing like where they are now, things like that. And so that was really interesting because, you know, some of these people are still alive.
When is the time frame of the book? In December of 1972.
72.
Yeah. 70s. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Late 60s. Yeah. Because it goes back as well before she went missing. So it goes back into like before she goes missing and like what led up to that, and then her going missing, and then it talks about like the after as well. So very, very fascinating. The IRA was something that was really heavily discussed as well, and so that was definitely fascinating. Some very, very well-known individuals in that. Yeah, that was a wild one. Definitely recommend if you are into narrative nonfiction, for sure. Check that one out. And then 20th Century Boys, Woo! Volume 4, let's go. I doubt any of these are ever gonna not be unloved. Every single time I pick these up, I'm like, oh yeah, these are fantastic. Why do I ever put them down? So eventually, one of these weeks, I'm gonna show up and I will have binge read like all of them. But not this month. This month I read one of them.
Yep.
But it was really, really good. Just continuing the same story. So just to like set you up in the initial setup, because obviously this is volume 4, we are past the initial setup. It keeps going in directions that I don't necessarily expect. So the initial setup for the first one though, we have multiple characters who we're watching them as they are adults. They had an event happen when they were kids. They were basically in like a little club. And they were basically fantasizing about being like superheroes against this like evil entity. And then as they're adults, the evil entity is starting to happen. And so they're like, we made this up when we were kids. What is happening? And so we're following that, and it's really, really fascinating to see the apocalypse level events, the dystopian level events that are happening in the later.
Like they did not imagine small the things. They went big. Yeah. They said go big or go home. Yeah. And now that stuff is happening, and they're like, oh no, is this our fault? Yeah.
And so we're in volume 4 of this now, and things have continued to escalate, and it's wild. Wild. I don't know what else to say. It's just crazy.
That's fair.
And then,
oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. I didn't really connect the dots that you read all 3 of those
all
this
3
month.
of these this month.
How you feeling?
Sad.
That's fair. Yeah, we've been like, it just went from bad to worse.
It's
so much.
It just gets sadder and sadder. Yay!
Yeah, I'm like, have there been any happy moments? Not since that one book, and then it's not happy anymore. Anyway, so there's,
Yeah, I will say this is the closest I've come to like having a tie for my top book, because I think the only reason I didn't like just succumb to like be like, this is the time I'm having a tie. 1, November. If we're ever gonna have a tie, it's gonna be November. And 2, I love all 3 of these so freaking much that it would be so hard to pick between them anyway. I will say I like these 2 ever so slightly more than this one, just like by a hair. Like they're so, like we're at the point where it's like, for me, it gets like nitpicky to try and choose a favorite between them, just because they're all so good.
Yeah.
They're all so good. I love them. It is weird to talk about 3 at once. This one, it just had so many different stories within
There
it.
was so much. That one is my favorite.
It has so much going on. It's got like sub-stories in it. It's almost like a collection of smaller stories just because they're different
pieces,
different arcs of stories.
Yeah.
And so that was really interesting, and some of them were fantastic. I liked some of them more than she did, and she liked some of them more than I did. What's really fascinating is that because of how different each of these are in a way, people often have different favorites.
Yeah.
And so it's really cool to see that. A lot of times in a series, it'll be like most people have this one as their favorite. That's most people's favorite. But this one, I've heard so many people say this one, or this one, or this one.
Yeah, there's just
Or book
so
2.
much that happens. There's so many elements, so many facets, so much development, so many directions. Like, it is, and everyone's different. So, like, the favorites, range. So it is cool to see that and to hear that.
It's so neat. It's so neat. I am torn between these 3. I'm torn between these 2 as which one's my favorite. The ending of this is insane. It's insanity. And I was engrossed the entire time for both of these. So that's why it's like really, really hard. I will say plot-wise, this probably had more going on for it. This had really good relationships, and it had so much grief. And the ending. Bro made some choices. He made a decision in a very heated moment, in a very sad moment. So like you understand, like you get the choice that he made. But bro, yeah. So I am super excited to continue this series. But yes, I did read 3 of these this month. We went from 1 every like 2 months. 2, 3.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Oh, tell me about your favorite.
I would love to tell you about my favorite. I think one other thing before I forget I wanted to say about this book, the word that I couldn't think of is capable. In the learning about Dad, like you find out just how capable Dad is of when shit hits the fan. Oh, Dad's got me. I'm over here freaking out because I'm a kid and I've never been through this before and I don't know what to do and I've never seen anything like this, and so I don't know what anyone can do in this situation. And then Dad steps in and he got you, and you're just like, oh, I'm okay, I'm safe, like this is gonna be okay, like we're gonna figure this out. And just all of the moments, I'm gonna cry again, just all of the moments where the dad came in and he was like, I got you, I got this, like we're gonna get through it, it's gonna be okay. It's just, if you've been through something like that and one of your parents steps in and is like, I got you, or like just, some kind of parent figure of like, I got this, we're gonna get through it, we're gonna be okay. It's like, okay. And just, it's very much having one of those kind of first adult moments in your life, and you're just like, this is now a change in my life. There is a before and after. This is one of those events, and having someone come in and say, I got you, is just like, it's really, really sweet.
Are you gonna call your dad as soon as we finish?
I probably am. Be like, hey, I love you, and I'm just really
Thank you for being so capable.
Thanks for being my dad. I'm okay. Yeah, so that was a fantastic book, and I'm fine. It ends so well.
Yeah.
It
beautiful.
has a really good ending. It's so sweet. All right, my favorite book of this month. I have already talked about this author twice, so it's no shock that my favorite book is in fact by Stephen Graham Jones, and it is The Only Good Indians. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, choosing my favorite was a struggle because all of those had so much good to them. And this one is so good. Very much, once again, Stephen Graham Jones dives into actions have consequences and what is the effect that has on the people involved, the people around them. So there is an event involving a group of friends when they're kids. This happens a lot. And now, as adults, the consequences are coming into play. And we're seeing them affect each person who was involved in the incident, as well as friends, family, and community around them. Okay. And it just has such a, what's a good word for this? Of course I don't know where I was going with that.
Heart?
Heart. No, there's
Do they eat hearts?
No, but there was a lot of violence and gore and blood in this one. There is also a lot of animal horror in this one again as well. It's very somber in tone. There's a lot of desperation, despair, grief, hopelessness. There are a lot of darker themes in here that we're exploring, and it's so much, again, of the human experience. That's always going to get me.
You are human.
I am human. So when you write about the dark side of the human experience and the struggle that is the human experience, and there's so much of people just trying to make it and just doing what you can with what you've got, and the decisions you make in times of desperation. Keep hugging these books.
Yep. I will be shocked the day that you have a Stephen Graham Jones book in your hand and you don't hug it.
Right? Like, that is how all of his books, I'm just like, oh, the tone of his writing is just gripping to my heart. My heart hurts right now. Just what his characters go through. It's so visceral, that the struggle, and even there are moments in this book where they think they made it and then they didn't. And it's just like, oh my gosh, it hurts. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it. Like, these characters, like, he does such a good job of just making them feel so real and so relatable. His books are so raw. Like, it's gripping. My heart. I'm not okay right now. This keeps happening. But yeah, it's beautiful storytelling. It's beautiful depiction of all the things I've said. But yeah, it's beautiful. This one does have a really good ending. This one has a really good ending. That's why. So out of the ones I've talked about, this one, it's that step above because of this ending. And so, yeah, it's so good. I'm just gonna keep holding it. Like, my heart hurts right now. But yeah, his books are just beautiful. And everything he does, everything of his I've read so far is just so beautiful. I'm gonna be okay. Okay, yeah. Like, I went through it this month, apparently.
Dude, you really did.
I'm like, okay. I'll be okay.
You're like suddenly realizing, wait.
I'm like, oh, maybe this is why I feel this way at the end of the month. It's because of all that I went through. Yeah, I went through a lot.
Well, maybe you need guards in your life, because this was a breath of fresh air.
Oh, I'm so glad.
This, it's so fun.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. And it has a good heart. It has so much of a good heart to it, too. So, this is Discworld. This is technically book 8. But with
40.
Yeah, but with Discworld, there are certain starting points, and this is one of them. It's so fun. I laughed at multiple points in this book, and I think that's part of, like, what it was. I was so nervous about the humor just because it's so hit or miss.
Oh, yeah.
And then it worked so well for me. That really helped. And then also, a lot of what I read was depressing as fuck as well. So it was really nice to have one that wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally looking all of my books this month were like, even the thrillers that had like kind of an unserious or like kind of more lighter tone to it, like still everything I read was dark.
Yeah. So it was really nice to have a more simple story, but it's so much fun and it has so much heart. So we have Carrot, who is a human who thinks he's a dwarf. And he grew up with dwarves.
Oh, that's right. His buddy the elf. Yes. That makes me so happy.
I know. He is just so genuine. He is just the most genuine person.
Oh.
And so he goes to the City Watch and he decides he's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
He's going to follow the rules. He's going to learn all the rules. He knows he can cite the book. And so he's
like, I'm going to be good at this.
One of the first things he does is arrest somebody who is like the lead of the Thieves Guild. And then they're like, bro,
we don't
what?
do that.
We don't do that here. We do not do that.
We have an agreement.
Yes.
Oh no.
And so he's causing trouble with his good heart because he's like, these are crimes. We must protect the citizens. Like, we must help people. And they're like, why?
It's not actually what we do.
And then we've got Vimes, who is the City Watch captain. And so he's seeing Carrot and he's like, bro, what are you doing?
Like, you're ruining it for the rest of us.
But then Carrot starts rubbing off on him.
Oh.
And he starts like, he's like a disgruntled guy. He's like a little bit disgruntled.
Yeah.
But then he opens up, okay.
Oh.
And he starts to realize maybe he should be helping people out, you know? So he learns and he grows so much and it's so great. And then there's wizards. And the wizards want to summon a dragon. And why do they want to summon a dragon? Because the only way they can think of to like, there's a mastermind, okay? And this is like literally like well, I would say chapter 1, but there are no chapters. There are sections.
Right. I forgot about that.
But they're easy stopping points. They're very easy. Like you can see here, stopping point.
Oh yeah, just where it has that break.
Yep, it has a break. And, but yeah, so right away you see these wizards, and there's one that's like smarter than everybody else, and he thinks he's gonna fool everybody into summoning this dragon, and they're all ridiculously dumb. Like all of them are like they're dummies that he's working with, and he's like the head one, and he's like, we're gonna summon this dragon, you see, and then you know what we're gonna do with this dragon? We're gonna replace, like they don't have a king, they have like somebody, and they want to replace him with a long lost king. Like he's like, what is great when kingdoms fall and they send off the last people so that they can continue the line and then like eventually get a new king. And so he wants to get the dragon so that he can replace the leader with like a puppet king, not an actual puppet. He just wants, but like someone that's like more under his control. And so he wants to do that. And he knows that the citizens will really love and support this king if he slays the dragon. So he wants to like play it up.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And
now I'm there.
Yes. So he wants to play that up, and it's so ridiculous, and it's so fun, and there's so many puns, lots of puns, and there's humor that builds. So like there will be in the moment humor where it's just like one line, it's a throwaway joke, whatever. And then there will be some that like start from like page 1, and then you'll see it like mentioned later down the line. So you had to like remember that to
like kind of full circle.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's nice because it's like the nice. It has
those are fun.
Great callbacks. Great callbacks, and then also humor that just builds. So it's like so well crafted, so unbelievably well crafted, and then just like a lot of heart. It's silly, it's goofy, and it has so much heart. Oh, so I loved it.
That makes me happy.
Yes. Two completely different tones for our favorites.
Yeah.
Well, that was everything we read in October. Let us know what you guys read, what your favorites were, or your least favorites, or whatever you want to do.
And if you're not feeling chatty, leave us a little dragon emoji.
Or a carrot.
Or a carrot.
If there's a carrot.
I think there's a carrot.
Dragon or carrot.
Good stuff. All right, see you in the next one. Bye, besties.